Welcome back to the Flow Friday Sports Show. Time for a look at the KNT Netball Association with Sally Bywater. She joins me on the line right now. How are you, Sally?
Very well, thank you.
That's good. It was a rare round of blowouts in the KNT Netball Association over the weekend. Usually we chat on a Friday and we're talking about 5 games out of 5 decided by less than 10 goals or less than 12 goals or something like that. But it was a bit of a different story over the weekend.
Yeah, it really was. We probably didn't expect this coming up after we've had some really, really great games over the last few weeks. But yeah, to have every game probably all within that close to the 20-goal mark was a bit disappointing. But yeah, obviously, just hope we get better to those good games this week.
Absolutely, and the teams on the winning end of these double-digit margins certainly won't be upset with the bigger results. But let's have a look at the Penola-Keith game. This was the only game decided by single digits. It was Keith winning at Penola by 9 goals, 47-38. And Penola, they're third on the ladder at 5-3 now. So Keith get a bit of separation there, moving to 7-1 and sitting pretty nicely in second.
Yeah, Keith are playing a really magnificent season, really. To be in that second spot, only losing that one game, which was more than likely to Mandela, I would imagine, from memory. So, yeah, they're coming along really nicely. And Penola, yeah, they're probably right up there. They probably had, I think they had one player out, but that shouldn't make too much of a difference. And, yeah, we'll see these two sides, yeah, going deep into the finals come finals time. But a great win here by Keith, and they got 10 players on the court, which is great to see.
All right, good win there by Keith indeed. And by the way, this is round 8 that we're reviewing out of 16, so we are right at the halfway point of the season, so we are getting a pretty good idea of where everyone's sitting. But, yep, good win there by Keith. Border Districts had a good win as well. On the road, they beat Kybe Bolite 54-41, so we've talked about both of these teams as being in that middle pack before, and now they're locked at 4 wins and 4 losses each.
Yeah, it's probably these games that we do talk about when you do need to win these games. So a great win here by Borders to get that win against Kybe, who were fighting for that 5th position. And they did have an injury early in this game, which reshuffled their lineup a bit, but hopefully, yeah, wishing everyone a speedy recovery from that. But yeah, Border District's 13-goal winners in a great even game across the court and fantastic shooting by their goalies. So
Kybe Bolite would probably be a little bit disappointed with that result, but they'll have the chance to bounce back next week. Bordertown secured a rare win. They beat Kingston 58-39, not just winning, but winning very comfortably in just their second win for the season.
Yeah, great win here by Bordertown. We probably expect this one to be a closer game, but yeah, obviously 8th playing 9th, but Bordertown just started really, really well and had a really good lead at quarter time, being 18-8 up. So normally they're on the other end of those games, but they had a fantastic game. It was quite even after that and just finished off strongly, but yeah, obviously their second win for the season and a good one at that.
And interestingly enough, Bordertown were actually the only home team to win over the weekend. So not only was it a round of blowouts, it was all the road teams, aside from Kingston against Bordertown, it was all the road teams getting in and getting wins away from home.
Yeah, you don't see that very often either. I think that home ground advantage has a bit of an advantage, but not this week. So, yeah, interesting cap of the week this week.
No, not much of a home advantage this week. Might just be the way the fixtures fell, but yeah, the road teams getting lots of wins, including Lucindale, who were on the road. They played at Padthaway, and the Lions still searching for their first win of the year. Lucindale beat them 61-26.
Yeah, fantastic win here by Lucindale. They are sitting 4th, so we know they are a good side, and Padthaway's just struggling a bit at the moment. They've got a few injuries and yeah, time to reshuffle some players, but let's hope they keep being competitive over the next few weeks. And yeah, Lucindale really unchanged. They just kept their lineup for the whole 4 quarters. They played a great, consistent game.
And we mentioned before, Mundalla on top and undefeated, and they kept that win streak going with a big win at Narracourt, 49-22 over Narracourt, who probably won't be too happy with that result.
No, like when you talk about Narracourt needing to, the middle of the road, they need to win some games, and probably a 27-goal margin wasn't what they were expecting before going into this game. And we know Mundalla are the benchmark this season. They haven't lost a game, but yeah, Narracourt probably need to go back to the drawing board this week and have a good hit out in the next game.
All right, so as we wrap up round 8 and we look to round 9, it is Mundalla undefeated on top of the ladder, Keith second, 7-1, then Penola at 5-3. And then it gets really interesting. Lucindale, Border Districts, Naracoorte, Kybe Bolite all sitting on 4 and 4. So there's a pretty clear top 3 and a pretty clear next 4. Bordertown and Kingston are next with 2 wins each, and Padthaway still searching for their first win. So the ladder's looking very interesting as we get into round 9, and it is kicking off with Border Districts hosting Bordertown.
Yeah, so a game at Goroke here for these two sides, and yeah, this is the ninth game or ninth round, so this is the last time everyone plays each other. So after this round, everyone's played each other once, so we really do know where everyone's standing. I think this will be another good game. These sides, yeah, even though they are 5th and 8th, I think Border Districts will get the win, but I think Border will be really competitive and run high after last week's win. So, yeah, great game here between these two clubs expected.
Border District's been up and down this year, so it's a good chance for them here to get a convincing win at home and steady the ship a little bit, but should be an interesting result there, and it will be good to wrap up this round and see where everyone sits, having played each other team once. We've also got Keith hosting Kybe Bolite. This will be an interesting one too. Kybe Bolite really need to show something good in this one.
Absolutely, they do. And Keith's obviously having a great season, 7 and 1, and Kybe at 4 and 4. So, and as you said, they're in that mix of these teams that are all fighting for a couple of positions come finals time. But I think Keith will get the win at home in this game. They're playing some really good netball, and Kybe need to play some consistent netball and get those wins on the board. So maybe not this week, but let's hope they have a good game.
And we discussed that top 3 on the ladder and then that middle pack who are all locked at 4 and 4. Well, Penola in 3rd. They're actually only a game ahead of Lucindale in 4th. And Lucindale have got a superior percentage. They play each other tomorrow. So Lucindale at home, they've got a chance to win and jump into that top 3. But I think Penola have looked like the steadier team to this point this year, but certainly a good chance for Lucindale to show what they're made of and rise into that top 3.
Yeah, absolutely. This will be the match of the round, 3rd playing 4th. So I think, Penola have been quite consistent. So they're only losing a couple of games, and I think they've played good netball most weeks. And Lucindale been up and down, so I think really steady their ship. They'll need to get a nice win here, and I think they can do it. But, hopefully a great game, and I reckon this one will be a good game of the round.
All right, callers in for game of the round between Lucindale and Penola, and I reckon that is a pretty good pick. Very eager to see who gets the win in that one. Top v bottom in our next game, Mundalla v Padthaway at Mundalla, and this should be a pretty big win for the Tigers, you would think.
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, Mundalla having a great season, and Padthaway still searching for that first win of the year. I think it's disheartening they have to play them this week after a few injuries and a few everything else with Padthaway, but let's hope Mundalla, they've been blooding some good juniors this year, so we'll get some juniors on the court for them, which would be great to see. And a great consistent game here will give Mundalla a nice win.
Mundalla to win the battle of the big cats between the Tigers and the Lions. And in our last game of the week, Kingston hosting Naracoorte. So a really good chance for Naracoorte here to get back on the winners list against Kingston, who just have 2 wins for the year.
Yeah, I think so. I think, Naracoorte been inconsistent this year, and again, one of those ones in the mix with that 4 wins and 4 losses. So, Kingston, they will be hoping to fight back from that big loss last week to Bordertown, and Naracoorte not quite up to the standard of Mundalla. So I think it'll be another good game, but I think Naracoorte will get the points in this one.
All right, Sally, we'll see if there's any upsets on for tomorrow. Good luck to everyone playing in the KNT Netball Association. Should be a good weekend of action. Sally, enjoy, and we'll get you back on next Friday. Thank you very much.
Sounds great. Thank you.